Ancient India, pre-500 CE. Autism and Asperger's syndrome, as modern diagnostic categories, did not exist in ancient times, but historical texts describe conditions with symptoms that some contemporary scholars retrospectively link to autism spectrum disorders, ASD. In ancient Indian literature, particularly Ayurvedic texts, mental disorders were categorized under concepts like Unmada, which translates to madness or insanity, and is attributed to imbalances in the doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. The Atharva Veda, dated to around 1200 to 1000 BCE, describes Unmada as encompassing a range of symptoms resembling mental disturbances, including behaviors that could align with autism-like traits such as social isolation or atypical responses. Charaka Samhita, and foundational Ayurvedic text compiled around 300 BCE 200 CE, elaborates on Unmada as a disorder affecting the mind, manas, intellect, buddhi, and behavior, caused by factors like improper diet, emotional stress, or supernatural influences. Symptoms include incoherent speech, inappropriate laughter, withdrawal, and repetitive actions, which modern Ayurvedic interpretations often correlate with ASD. Treatments emphasized balancing doshas through herbs, e.g., Brahmi for cognitive support, diet, yoga, and rituals, without a specific focus on neurodevelopmental conditions. There is no evidence of systematic recognition or societal responses to autism-like traits, but individuals might have been viewed through spiritual or karmic lenses, sometimes as possessed or divinely touched. Medieval India, c. 500–1500 CE. During the medieval period, which saw the rise of Islamic influences alongside continued Hindu and Buddhist traditions, perceptions of mental health remained rooted in Ayurveda and emerging Unani medicine, Greco-Islamic system introduced via Persian and Arab scholars. Unmada continued to be a key concept in Ayurvedic texts like the Sushruta Samhita, revised in this era, describing it as a vitiation of the mind, leading to erratic behavior, poor social interaction and sensory disturbances, traits some modern researchers link to ASD. Medieval society, influenced by Bhakti and Sufi movements, might have interpreted such behaviors as spiritual ecstasy or demonic possession, with treatments involving exorcisms, herbal remedies, or seclusion in ashrams. No direct historical records document autism or Asperger's specifically, and individuals with neurodevelopmental differences likely blended into broader categories of madness or were supported within family structures. Retrospective analyses suggest that rigid social hierarchies and community-based care could have masked or accommodated such traits without formal diagnosis. Early modern India, c. 1500–1800 CE. This period overlaps with the Mughal Empire, 1526–1857, where mental illness was perceived through a synthesis of Unani and Ayurvedic systems. Madness, junun or diwanagi, was seen as a brain disorder caused by imbalances like excess black bile, sauda, or external factors such as lovesickness, ishq, or jinn possession. Mughal medical texts and pharmacopoeias classified conditions like melancholia, melancholia, and mania, with symptoms including withdrawal, delirium, and obsessive thoughts, but none explicitly match ASD traits like repetitive behaviors or communication challenges. Treatments included herbal potions, bloodletting, and spiritual interventions, often administered by hakims, physicians. Imperial chronicles sometimes portrayed rebels or eccentrics as mad to delegitimize them, but neurodevelopmental conditions were not distinguished. In the 18th century, anecdotal descriptions emerge of children deemed different. possibly exhibiting autism-like symptoms, explained through cultural or supernatural frameworks rather than medical ones. Society under Mughal rule emphasized familial care, with potential for individuals with such traits to be integrated as ascetics or scholars if high-functioning. Modern India, Mughal overlap, colonial era, 1858-1947, and independent India, 1947-present. The modern era introduced Western psychiatric concepts, transforming perceptions from traditional to biomedical models. Mughal overlap, pre-colonial modern, up to 1857. As above, mental health discourse blended indigenous systems with no specific autism recognition. Speculative retrospective diagnoses include historical figures like Srinivasa Ramanujan, 1887 to 1920, born in late Mughal-influenced era, a mathematician whose intense focus, social difficulties, and savant-like abilities align with Asperger's traits. Colonial era, 1858 to 1947. British colonialism imported Western medicine, including early psychiatric ideas. Autism-like conditions were likely lumped under idiocy or mental retardation. The first scientific description in India occurred in 1944 by Viennese pediatrician A. Ronald in Darjeeling, discussing abnormal children without using autism, coinciding with Leo Kanner's global work. Indian practitioners began adopting these frameworks, but awareness was limited to elite medical circles. Independent India, 1947-present. Post-independence saw gradual recognition. The term autism appeared in Indian literature in 1959, with initial research in the 1960s, including Erna Hoch's 1967 book on 16 autistic children treated via psychotherapy. In the 1980s, autism was rare and often misdiagnosed as mental illness or retardation. Awareness surged in the 1990s with organizations like Action for Autism, 1991, specialized schools, and media like the 1988 film Rain Man. By the 2000s, prevalent studies emerged, e.g., 1 in 68 children by 2025 estimates. Vocational programs expanded, and ASD was included in disability laws, 2016 Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act. Speculated figures include Mahatma Gandhi, whose social quirks, intense focus on principles, and relational challenges are retrospectively linked to autism traits. Today, Ayurveda integrates with modern therapy, treating ASD as Unmada, with herbs and lifestyle interventions. Challenges persist, including stigma and access, but progress includes awareness campaigns and figures like model Pranav Bakshi,